We are on live from Dyken Park. It's 2026 Astros Fan Fest. I'm Adam Wexler alongside Dan Mathews and our special guest co-host to kick things off today because he's already here with us, Astros starting pitcher Hunter Brown. So let's get going here. Hunter, 2 months and 2 days from now at 3:10 in the afternoon, are you ready to throw the first pitch of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so, right? I mean, you got, like you said, a couple months to get that dialed in, make sure we're feeling good and ready to go for opening day.
Now we'll ease you into it. How's the offseason been?
It's been good. It's been good. It's a little bit too long for my liking, but it's been good.
Yeah, you talked about it being too long because you guys were in unfamiliar territory last year, not missing the postseason. So I got to believe that once you guys all get back together, it's going to be pretty eager to get this thing going, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, this city and this team, we want to play for championships, and unfortunately last year it didn't work out that way. But we're ready to come into this season and to achieve our goals.
Is there a point in time in the off season, no matter when it ends, when you feel like, all right, it's time to start for the next season?
I honestly would think FanFest is a pretty good time. It's like, all right, off season's over. It's really into the new year. Everything is in the past, and we're only focused on this season coming up.
It's a very different team year to year, obviously. You've been here now a couple of years, so the clubhouse is a little bit different. The hype, the fun, the fans, all that a little bit different. You've been out here doing this with us for several years. The fans are in here. You're here at Dyken Park. Is there a little bit of juice from all that? Just, yeah, we're here. Let's play baseball.
Oh, absolutely. It's a really exciting time to be a part of. Like you said, we got a bunch of new faces coming in, and it changes every year. But it's exciting to come out here, spend the day with the fans, and have a good time.
A lot of the new faces will be going through the same starting pitcher's routine when you get to Florida. What do you know about I-45, Tatsuya Imai?
I wish I knew more because I haven't met him yet. I haven't seen him throw in person, obviously, so I don't really know too much. I just know I'm excited, and I've only heard great things, so I'm excited to get to know him and excited to watch him pitch.
When you hear Cy Young finalist last season, what did that do for you?
I think when you talk about something like that as a starting pitcher, you can't get any individual recognition outside of without your teammates, right? Like, you got the guys in the field making the plays behind you, other starters making sure the bullpen guys are fresh, and the bullpen guys coming in shutting it down, and then obviously the offense scoring runs. So it's a culmination of it felt like very much a team thing, and
then you guys,
can I interrupt? Is there anything you want to say to some of your fans out here?
Hey, Suze, what's up? What do you got? You got a question for us? Good. Looking good, brother.
Bennett Sousa joining us here.
Dropping on in. Do I need to pass the headset? But, for both of you guys, though, you both get to work with Josh Miller and his pitching staff, and
Yep.
We've seen a lot of reclamation projects. We've seen guys go to the next level. What do those guys do for you to maximize your ability?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of the culture that we set in there. Not afraid to try new things, not afraid to adjust, but then also lean into what you do really well. I think it's no secret that across all of baseball, if you do something that's a little funky or a little bit different, that's what you want to lean into, and I think we do a good job of that here.
For you specifically, would you say attitude on the mound, is that what you bring and then success sometimes follows, or maybe the reverse, with more success, more of the attitude? That clearly feels like when you're on the bump, this is my house, that's my plate, let's go.
Yeah, I think they go hand in hand, but like you said, that's my mound, my plate, and it doesn't matter if, because some days you're going to give up 5-6 runs, but, you like to think that attitude doesn't change. So
maybe if you're in Tampa at a spring training ballpark, you might give up 5 runs.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was.
Most other major league ballparks, that didn't happen very often.
Yeah, that's true.
You're pretty pleased with the progression even over the course of just this last season. You were obviously very good when the season began, but it just seemed like momentum just continued to build all throughout your starts all season long.
Yeah, pitching's one of those things where you can get in a rhythm, and you want to build the snowball in a good way. Baseball's a tough game, and it's okay to feel good about it when you're doing well too, and you want that to snowball in a good way. So definitely building off successes and keeping it moving forward.
What's a start day like for you? Are you a guy that's, you've got to have a strict routine and stick to it? Take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I know pretty much my schedule down to the minute from when I get to the park. Make sure Sousa doesn't look at me in the eyes. No, no, but yeah.
Luckily, it's not a start day. We're good.
So yeah, I mean, I got it pretty laid out. You know, I get to the park around 3 o'clock, and you know, from 3:30 until game time, I pretty much know exactly what I'm doing and when.
And then, I mean, you know, once you're in the game, I mean, we saw you last year, and the start that really stood out to me was the one up in Arlington, where I think you were at like 97 pitches. You go to the dugout and you tell Joe and Josh, I'm going back out there. I mean, just take us through that right there where, you know, you come in and you're like, no, I've still got a little bit more to go.
You know, I think in that instance in particular, you know, I had like a long second inning that I felt like I didn't really empty the tank in. It just like, you know, I unraveled a little bit and threw like 30 pitches or whatever. So I think, you know, and then you have a pulse on the game. Like, all right, you know, feels like what was an eternity ago, and it was really only 5 innings. But, you know, you can kind of know where you're at in the game. It's like, all right, you know, yeah, I'm at 95 pitches, but I still feel good and I feel normal. And it was at that time of the year where, you know, we had some guys banged up in the bullpen. You know, the last couple days leading up to that, you know, it's kind of like that's my job, you know, and that's what I want to do for the team. And basically that's what I told Joe, and that was, you know, it was a discussion and it wasn't at the same time, you know. And Joe's told me plenty of times, hey man, that's it, you know, it's over with, and you take it as that. But it was just one of those instances where, you know, that's where it led to.
Talking with Hunter Brown, Astros starting pitcher here. 2026 Astros Fan Fest underway here inside Dyken Park. Lots of fans here, some teammates also here. And during that last answer, you said your conversation with Joe, you know, maybe I hadn't emptied the tank a little bit. I was just walking through the team store. Obviously, they've got all the jerseys in there, including the one with 58 on it and Diesel right above it. All that does go hand in hand. We had a conversation about this on our show last year when you joined us, but that attitude from that nickname, which I know you got in the minors, I know one of your teammates, I think you said it was Peter Solomon, gave you that. You seem to really embody, like, let's go. Like, that is something you really seem to enjoy, that particular nickname.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, as a starting pitcher, you only play 1 out of every 5 games, and even in those games, you maybe play 2/3 of 1 half. So it's like you better bring it in those innings. You know, it's not going to go well all the time, but you definitely want to come out and set the tone and the mentality. And I think that you know, as it's a good thing that nickname embodies that for me.
And we did just have Bennett Sousa here, and you mentioned the team was a little banged up. Unfortunately, he was one of many arms, many position players. It was an atypical season for your team with the number of injuries, and yet final weekend of the season, you're still playing to make the postseason, make another run. What do you look back on last season as a team and take from it?
You know, I feel like we were really close, and like you said, you know, going down to the last weekend, you know, I think you know, we did a lot of really good things. We put together a really good workload there, and I think that coming into this season, if we can just, you know, kind of tighten up the health stuff, which you don't really have full control over, but you know, I think we do some of those things, we'll find ourselves exactly where we want to be. So I don't think, you know, it's always the goal is to win a World Series and make the postseason, win the division. So, you know, last year obviously wasn't what we wanted, and this year we're going to do everything we can to change that.
Did you enjoy watching some of your other teammates, younger teammates? Jeremy Pena maybe is an example. I'm sure there's others. He obviously took a big step forward last year and became essentially the heartbeat of the offense, batting at the top, doing what he did, big jump offensively, wizard defensively. You're pitching once every 5th day. A lot of days you're at the top step of the dugout watching all that unfold. You know, did you enjoy some of that and realize what still is to come?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've known that about, you know, Pena, for example, since I was playing with him in AAA. I don't think it was a huge step. That's kind of exactly the type of player that Jeremy is and has been, you know, and obviously the more experience you get, just you'd hope the better that you get. So, yeah, it was really cool. A lot of cool moments come up in my brain. You see Zach Cole come up and hit a homer, his first AB and stuff like that. So definitely, I have the best seat in the house most of the time, and I enjoy it.
I'm sure you got to know Carlos Correa a little bit when you were going through the minor leagues and going through spring training. But last year, you get him back in the building, a guy that means so much in that clubhouse. Just what did you learn from him last year?
Yeah, I think I'm excited about this year, having a start from spring training, whereas, obviously we all know and know about Carlos and know what he brings to the table, but, I think only Altuve and Lance had played with him prior to last season. So, I think coming in this year, it'll be a really good opportunity to see, where he has his voice in the clubhouse versus, getting traded over midseason and trying to refine that footing where, this year we know Carlos and we know where the team is at and we're excited for him.
Before you joined us, I heard Cam and Colton on the field with Robert Ford, and they were talking about who's going to control the music in the clubhouse, and apparently Doobie was the guy that did that. So now Doobie's not here.
Yeah.
Are you volunteering?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's a lot of pressure. You don't want that pressure. It's only bad news comes from that. That's why they bring up Dubon. He got ripped the whole season. You don't want that job. That's not a job you want.
Pitching's hard enough.
That's right.
Then do you have a suggestion of somebody else?
Anybody else.
Anybody but you?
There you go. Just not me.
Well, I'm glad you subtly checked me on what I said about Jeremy, because I understand where he was and where he's been and kind of the things that he was. Just something that struck me the other night at Toyota Center at the Rockets game. The Spurs are in town. Put up on the big board, hey, Jeremy Pena's in the house. There he is sitting courtside, waving to the fans, huge ovation. And his teammate, Jose Altuve, sitting in the stands, regular guy, totally unnoticed. Okay, hey, everybody, I'm here. Just enjoying the game. That's Jose Altuve, right?
That's a really good representation of his personality and who he is, and we all love him just as much as everybody else does in Houston.
Normally we look at like a Zach Cole hitting a homer, bringing the team a little bit of juice. Jeremy, a younger player, you a younger player, helps to energize the team. And I can't help but think, talking to you guys all these years and seeing Jose here all these years, it's him. He still does that for this team, it appears, bringing the joy of playing baseball to the yard every day, does he not?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's really fun to watch. I think one of the coolest things watching Altuve bang one off the Halliburton sign out there. It's incredible to see, and he brings that energy to us all the time. So it's really good to be a part of.
And then, as you mentioned, being back and forth this offseason, but now this is when you guys really start to get into the ballpark before you guys head down to West Palm?
Yep. Everybody, kind of trickles in for this week and next week, and then, dial it in for spring training.
You don't go crazy on social media, but obviously every once in a while you're doing some work. You're getting ready for the season. Posted a little bit of that not too long ago. We're looking at it here. The things that you've been able to work on, you've been able to maintain a lot of the similarities, a constant work program each of the years you've been in the majors that you're really comfortable with.
Yeah, so my trainer Joe Neal back in Michigan at 2SP, I've been working with him for about 8 seasons now, and the communication with the Astros and him and myself has been great over the last almost decade. So keep that going. That's why I keep going back to Michigan, see the family and friends, but also train there and make sure I'm right for the next season.
Fantastic season a year ago, finishing as we mentioned third in the Cy Young vote. Hunter Brown ready for another season. Won't be long. You have your daily schedule is all planned out to the minute. You are going to be in West Palm starting when? You already know? You ready to go?
I don't have the exact date. Roughly the 5th. I know the report date's like the 8th or 9th. I usually get there a couple days before, so I'll be there. I'll be there prior to report date.
And in the meantime, can you do us a favor? Can you send the back home weather back home? We're not used to this. We don't do this.
I wish I had the power to take the Houston weather with me when I go there. So if I could, I would, but.
We certainly appreciate your time. I know the fans here are just now filing in, enjoying having you here, and looking forward to another season. Appreciate you here joining us at FanFest. Busy day out here, and we look forward to the season unfolding.
Thank you, guys. I'm excited as well.
Hunter Brown here at Astros Fan Fest, right here on your home for Astros baseball. Sports Talk 790.